So you're coming down to check out Northwest Arkansas. Congratulations, good decision, obviously. Today we're covering what I would do if I had 24 hours to actually spend in Northwest Arkansas to knock out some of the funnest things to do in the area itself. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois, the worst. Anyways, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to Asheville, I could have moved to Utah, I could have moved to Colorado, I could have moved to Texas, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. But I chose Northwest Arkansas, and it is by far the best place to live in America, literally by far. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, call me, email me, whatever it is. We can meet up for coffee and talk about, again, why I chose Northwest Arkansas, again, anywhere else in America. Side note, if you are looking to reload to Northwest Arkansas, again, let me know right away. I help so many people every single year move from one state to Northwest Arkansas. My biggest vision, again, is helping as many people move here as possible to, again, the #1 place to live in America. All right, and we are landed in Northwest Arkansas. 24 hours, what are we doing? What's going on? How are we going to spend the 24 hours in here? Now, I'm going to suggest that you sleep very little. We're gonna spend a lot of time doing a lot of different things, but regardless, I would honestly land in Bentonville. That's gonna be the hub of our journey so far. And when you land in Bentonville, the first thing you definitely wanna do is actually check out Crystal Bridges. If you weren't aware, Northwest Arkansas has one of the most amazing art galleries, we'll say just anything related to art exists in Northwest Arkansas. Not that nobody knows about it, but it's just one of those things where when you go to Crystal Bridges, huge art museum in Northwest Arkansas, up in Bentonville, it's funny because I've met so many people that have traveled from France, Britain, all across the world looking at museums, and Crystal Bridges is always on the map. So you're gonna meet so many unique people there from different countries coming to fly into the area to check out Crystal Bridges. The thing that makes it super unique is the amount of quality, we'll say, artwork that they're able to bring in from Paris, France, from New York, from LA, from Germany, from obviously like all the European countries, everywhere, even from China. And it's interesting because the reason this happens is because Alice Walton is the one who made it, created, and funds all of Crystal Bridges. And it comes at a steep price of free to get in. Again, free. You can go in there anytime for free, check out all the works of art, and it is a massive, massive like art museum. It is actually doubling in size here pretty soon. They'll be done with it next year, so that's pretty cool. They're adding on to it. So just a little side note, they've had some crazy example. There's only like 8 copies of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and other things of like actual American documents exist in the world. And Crystal Bridges had it for like over a year. So during 4th of July and like a good stretch of 2024, I believe, we had the Declaration of Independence, we had one with the copies of the Constitution, we had a copy of the Bill of Rights. We had all these very unique copies that none of them exist. Like there's only a couple copies that left in the world. So having a Crystal Bridges is fascinating. So first stop on your journey is Crystal Bridges. Definitely carve out some time and enjoy Crystal Bridges. All right, so you're done at Crystal Bridges. The next thing I definitely would go and do is spend some time in downtown Bentonville at the square. Now, if you're here between 2025 and parts of 2026, just know there's some construction going on. They're redoing a lot of it. They're building hotels, they're redoing buildings, they're adding shops, they're adding restaurants, they're doing coffee shops, the whole kit and caboodle. And so the thing I want to focus on is that if you are in Bentonville, I would certainly try to come on probably either a Friday or the first Friday or a Saturday. Every first Friday is an amazing event in downtown Bentonville Square. They have themed, it's fantastic. Thousands of people come, the whole town comes out, the whole area comes out and enjoys. There's games, there's fun, there's events, there's music. It's a whole thing. So first Fridays, every first Friday, as the name implies. And then if you are coming on a Saturday, you need to check out the farmer's market. It is next level farmer's market stuff. We're talking like well over multiple blocks of things, of food, of vendors, of things to do, it's just a good time. So that's the first thing. But if you're not coming on any of those 2 days, definitely check out the shops. This is the cute factor. As people have always said, that downtown Bentonville Square looks like a walking postcard, honestly. Anywhere you take a photo, it's like, I could put that on a postcard, take a postcard, take a postcard. So it is iconic and it is photogenic, to say the least, and there's plenty of shops down there, plenty of good restaurants, so definitely check out that downtown square of Bentonville. All right, so we spent some time in downtown Bentonville on the square. Let me kind of do a broad run through of kind of breakfast, lunch, and dinner in Northwest Arkansas in 24 hours. So if you're looking for breakfast, I recommend, especially in Bentonville, we're doing crepes Paulette or homegrown. That's gonna be near the headquarters of Walmart. When it comes to lunch and dinner, I'm gonna combine these two. I'm either gonna do Junto, which is a brand new sushi restaurant in the Motto Hotel. And it sounds funny because you're like, why would you recommend a restaurant in the hotel? If you love sushi, you need to check Junto out. It's amazing. Anyways, Junto, then we have Preacher's Son. That's kind of more of a dinner venue than lunch venue. That's my recommendation there. It's actually built in an old church, and there's a little speakeasy below, so keep that in mind. And then we also have my other two recommendations, especially if we start going down to Pinnacle Rogers, is going to be either Local Lime, which is on the east side of Rogers in Pinnacle, and also Big Orange. They're both owned by the same kind of restaurant, we'll call them that, and so, but they both have the same aesthetic, but the food is fantastic, consistent, and great, and they're more locally based, and they have great, we'll say, they use a lot of resources from the local area to produce their food. Love that. So either Local Lime or Big Orange down in Pinnacle Rogers. Those are kind of my general recommendations for that area, and if you're going down to Fayetteville, which we will make a trip down there, is going to be Hugo's. Hugo's is an underground bar slash burger place in Fayetteville, iconic, well-known, been there forever. You literally have to go down a flight of stairs into the basement to find the bar. You would never know it's there. There's you just never know. So Hugo's is great for that. It is kind of the iconic Fayetteville thing to do. Plus, obviously, burgers are top tier. There you go. So those are my recommendations for breakfast, lunch, and dinner when it comes to just kind of general Northwest Arkansas. Whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to take a trip down here, maybe you're looking to check out the whole area, checking to see if it's for you, maybe you're just checking out just vacations. I made 3-day itineraries, like literally day by day, restaurant by restaurant, thing by thing, everything when it comes to Northwest Arkansas. So basically you have a full-on plan of what to do when you roll into town. So maybe you're a adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. I have 3-day itineraries linked down below for you. So go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. Also, you might be using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is. Literally, it's Instant Home Updates. So enter information below: name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to in Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure to miss a single notification when it comes for home for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday, I send an email out just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on First Fridays? When is First Thursdays? What's going on in Fayetteville? What new buildings are coming to Springdale? What new things are going on in Rogers? When's the Saturday? There are so many things all the time. Enter your email below. I make sure you get that email every single Friday, but I need you to be aware. I need you to do a heads up. You will get a little fear of missing out, we'll say FOMO, so to speak, but I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make it down to Northwest Arkansas. All right, so we spent some time again in downtown Rogers, downtown Bentonville. We had some food. Let's go down to Pinnacle Rogers. Now, Pinnacle Rogers is kind of a montage of things. Now, let me explain. The first thing is that it's very high class, very wealthy business in there. A lot of the actual vendors for Walmart work there. Dove, 3M, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. They have a lot of their big headquarters offices in there, so you're going to see a lot of more buildings there. But with all that comes with a lot of cool things to do. We have Topgolf. We have a bunch of other we'll say jump places for kids, etc. But also the one thing I want to focus on is the outdoor mall in Pinnacle, what Pinnacle is literally. So spend some time at the outdoor mall. There's Lego stores, there's fashion stuff, there's shopping, there's food. This is where Big Orange as well as Local Lime is. There's a lot of things to do in that area. It's not like necessarily sightseeing, but a lot of the things that people always ask is like, where do I shop? Where do I go things? Where do I buy things? And of course, we have Walmart, but that doesn't have all the things that people would need necessarily, obviously. But obviously that outdoor mall is good to see, good to check out, especially if you're thinking about moving here. Definitely check out the outdoor mall, because just the fact it's where do I get certain things that you're not going to find at obviously Target or Walmart? This is the place to do it, and it's just good to kind of maybe take a breather, check out some things, and then we'll go on to the next part of the journey. And the next thing I'd recommend if you have 24 hours to spend in Northwest Arkansas is we need to go from Pinnacle Rogers all the way down to Fayetteville, Arkansas. So this is kind of the hub and the origination of Northwest Arkansas, obviously. Home of the Razorbacks, huge stadium, huge sports team. The fandom is next level, because there is no state sports team. And a lot of people in Missouri, a lot of people in Oklahoma, even Texas and Mississippi and Louisiana, and even parts of Tennessee focus on the Razorbacks. It is a huge fandom. There's been times where the Razorbacks have been doing good, and I've gotten video on cruise ships in the Caribbean, people on big TVs in the open, like we're talking just like in the bar on a cruise ship, rooting for the Razorbacks, and there's hundreds of people there watching. So the fandom goes large and wide across America when it comes to Razorbacks. So definitely check that out, but you definitely need to focus a little bit more on the downtown square of Fayetteville. Cute area, well built up, bread shops. We have some obviously things to purchase when it comes to like just like clothing. We have great restaurants. We have Honest Coffee opening up there. We have new coffee shops. We have Airship, or not Airship, but we have the obviously other coffee shops around the corner. We have all sorts of different things going on in the downtown section of Fayetteville. It's kind of a mix of business and personal, so you kind of get that effect right there, just like you do in the downtown section of Bentonville. But once we move from there, we're gonna go to Dixon Street, which is just a couple blocks down. There you're gonna see obviously the Upper Ramble, which is kind of like Fayetteville's version of like kind of like hangout areas near the Fayetteville Library, near Walton Art Center, near all the bars and restaurants. We have Theater Squared. So there's a lot going on in that downtown section of Fayetteville. Plus, one thing I haven't mentioned is if you get time, certainly rent bikes in both either Fayetteville or Bentonville and ride the Razorback Greenway. It's 30 to almost 40 miles of one paved pathway from all the way from South Fayetteville all the way to Belle Vista near the Missouri border. Huge pathway. A lot of people use that pathway to get from work, to get around life, to use that just to move around Northwest Arkansas without necessarily having to use a car. So, and plus all the, we'll say, adjacent trails that connect to, which are hundreds and hundreds of miles of trails. So regardless, if you have time for that, definitely spend time doing that. And that is a little bit of a tour of Fayetteville, Arkansas, to kind of get the feel of what Fayetteville is and just have spend some time there. And the last stop in 24 hours in Northwest Arkansas. Now, this is a little bit of planning. We have some planning for First Fridays potentially. We have some planning for for the farmers market in Bentonville. Fayetteville does have a farmers market as well on Saturday as well. But the thing I always want to recommend is if you have the opportunity, go to the Walmart Amphitheater in Pinnacle Rogers, like basically Pinnacle Hills. Holds around 16,000 people, huge venue for musical guests and just artists and comedians. A lot of times we are very privileged in the sense that we're leveraged between Kansas City and Dallas. And so we get some very high level talent that swings through in the weekdays. So many times it's just a quick stop for them, and so whether it's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even sometimes Friday and Saturday, we'll have really high level talent in Northwest Arkansas performing, musical guests, things that you would never like. Just if you name it, they've probably been here, all the way from Blink-182 to Ozzy Osbourne to Rolling Stones to like Halsey to like anything in between. A lot of country artists, a lot of comedians, and it's just a broad stroke of high level talent that has come through Northwest Arkansas. So keep that in mind. If you are planning your time down here, maybe plan around a concert. I have a lot of clients that come down here, check it out, and actually do plan the actual trip around a concert in Northwest Arkansas. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds like what it is, literally a starter pack full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page guide, literally made by me, of all the things happening in Northwest Arkansas. Population, demographics, schools, all the things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas, all the cool things happening, all the things right here, 120-page guide, comes right to your home. It comes with my 3-day itineraries, it comes with postcards, it comes with stickers. It comes with this handy dandy, you just get this for obvious reasons, the NWA coloring book, all right? This is just a trip and a half. I think I'm in here somewhere. Hold on. Oh, there I am. Oh. You need this. You want this. I will send this to you, I promise. Anyways, you definitely want the NWA Starter Pack. So it's literally a box shipped right to your home. Enter your name below. Enter your address below. Make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. Box right to your home. Side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It's my favorite folder F word. Free! So enter your information below. Make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. All right, guys, I'll see you next one.